We're going to look at how to handle large lettering in the Generations program. The Generations program has some unique tools that are going to allow you to control your large letters stitching and create corners and sections that stitch much better than just putting lettering in at a large size. So let's go ahead and insert lettering. And I go up to my insert lettering icon. And you can see I've already started with Arial Black, and let me explain the sizes a little bit. If you're working in inches, this is going to look completely different, but I'm working in millimeters. My default size is generally 25.4. That's about 1 inch, so 200 is really about 4 inches. We're not going to go quite that big. Let's go maybe about 125. And I'm going to use an M, and the reason I'm going to use an M is this. The M has all kinds of issues that need kind of repaired or changed to, make better lettering, especially large lettering. And these sections here at the top and then this section at the bottom are the two main problem areas. Let's go ahead and insert that. And I'm going to go ahead and generate to create the stitches, and let me go ahead and select this and change the color so you can see a little better what's going on. I'm going to go into the 3D view, and you can see here are our problem areas. Number one, it's a very large letter, and the satin stitching is just not going to work for this letter. The other problem is these sections here at the top and this section at the bottom. So we're going to use a couple of tools and we're going to come up with some really great lettering. Let me go ahead and first thing I'm going to go into my settings. And what I can do is this. I could say, oh, just make it a complex fill. But then what happens is I have a very flat, large letter. Or I could stay with the satin stitch and keep the flow of the lettering and just say, let's put a fill into this. And let's generate that, new stitch property. You can see it looks a lot better, but, I still have some of these little issues up here and down here. And we're going to use one of the tools for satin stitching that helps control corners or points or sections like this. So let's go up to our view angle editing tool. You can see here are, the stitch directions. Well, changing those right now is not going to really help me. What I want to do is access one of the tools that's called Edit Corner. To do that, I'm going to right click and say Edit Corner. And when I right click on this, I'm going to right click on the shaded portion of the design or the selected portion, or I could go up to the angle menu at the top of the screen. So let's go to Edit Corner. To edit a corner or point, such as on the M, I'm going to need to press and hold my left mouse key and drag around the entire section. And then I get this Select Corner option. Let me explain what corner this is right now. It's called a cap corner. You can see it's slightly depressed, indicating that that is the type of corner currently in this portion of the design. And a cap corner is literally the stitches stretch all the way across the bottom. Well, that's fine, except for the fact that this is a very large letter. For small letters, it's really a nicer stitch, especially in satin stitching. For this letter, we need to do something else. So let's try, putting like a mitered line into it. And if we select that and say OK, you can see the immediate change. Let's go ahead and generate. So now I've been able to split that M. And if that's not the effect you want, no problem. Just go back up to your, view angle, right click on the shaded area and select Edit Corner. And remember to press and hold your left mouse button and drag all the way around that corner section. And then you can select another corner. We knew that the cap corner didn't work, but we could try this corner to see what happens. The problem with this corner is going to be that this is going to be a very long stitch as well. Or we could try this corner, which would make it a little more blockish. Let's go ahead and generate. You can see, that kind of waves around that edge now. So I'm going to leave it up to you as to which type of corner you like. We can do the same thing with these corners at the top. So let's go back to our view angle, right click on the shaded area and say Edit Corner, and let's drag this around these corners. Now the problem is this is also going to be a cap corner right now. And we have to decide, do we want to try to miter this? This is an odd shape. Or do we want to try this type of corner. This type of corner is probably not going to work well because this is such a wide shape. So let's try mitering first, and let's generate. You can see you've got a whole different effect there now. You don't have to generate after each editing of the corner. You could come up here and you can say, I really want to try this corner, and let's go ahead and let's edit this corner at the same time and see what that looks like. And let's go ahead and let's get this corner while we're at it. And you can take a look at what the different corners are going to look like. When you're done, just generate to place new stitches into the file. This is going to be up to you which corner you want. You can put different corners, as you can see in this letter, but that's going to help you control your stitching. Now this is a very basic block letter, and these are the effects that you can get. Now we do have some other options which I'll show you in the next video for a letter of this type.